So Ralph, when you hear the word carbs, what do you think of?
Well, I think of carbs raising my blood sugar, and I think of carbs as the enemy, and I try to stay away from them as much as possible.
So while it's true that all carbs raise blood sugar, some have less of an impact than others. You want to try and pick foods that have more fiber and a lower glycemic index. And I have some great options for you to try. A lot of my patients with diabetes are actually very surprised at the different kinds of carbohydrate they can eat. So I went grocery shopping and I got Ralph some new products, and I showed him different kinds of grains that he could incorporate into his diet, and I think he was really excited about this. Quinoa. Have you ever tried this before?
No.
Okay, this is really good stuff. It's a whole grain, has a lot of fiber, a really healthy option for you. You can put it into salads or just have it as a side dish to some protein. So what do you think of when you hear the word pasta for a diabetic?
Trouble.
Trouble, right? Okay, but this is actually whole wheat pasta, so it's going to have a less of an impact of raising blood sugar. Of course, we still want to pay attention to portion sizes, but this is something you can incorporate into your diet.
Great.
So when you are looking at labels, we want to try and select whole grains if possible. This can be really tricky because some foods that we might think is a whole grain, when you actually look at the label, it just says wheat. It doesn't say whole wheat. So you want to make sure when you're reading labels in the ingredient list, you always want to look for the word whole. That's kind of your key. What do you think of when you hear the word cracker?
Carbohydrates.
Exactly. And it does have carbs, but this is a whole grain cracker. It has a lot of fiber. When you look at the back, you want to look at grams of fiber. Fiber is a good thing for you because the more fiber that's in a food, the slower the rise of blood sugar. Or if it's something that's processed or like a white carb, it tends to cause a quick rise of blood sugar. When there's more fiber, it's a slower rise. And also foods with fiber keep you feeling full longer. And that's important because I know you've lost 20 pounds, but I think you said you want to lose a little more.
Yes.
Good, so fiber is good for you. Other forms of carbohydrate would be beans. Beans have protein, they have carbohydrate, but they have a lot of fiber. And I'm sure your wife could find some good bean dishes, maybe some turkey chili, on salads maybe.
Yep, we've had them.
Excellent.
They are good.
Good, good. So beans are good. Do you ever eat sweet potatoes?
Yes.
Okay. These do have carbs. They are a healthy carb, but we do need to watch portion sizes.
Got it.
Okay. What are some of your favorite snacks?
I like nuts, and I like a little treat of brownie.
Okay, excellent. Let's look at this brownie. What are you actually looking for when you pick up something like this?
I look at the sugar content.
Okay. What else you want to look at is the total grams of carbohydrate, because carbohydrates turn into sugar. And a lot of people get kind of tricked up. They forget. They think if something says sugar-free, that it's not going to have an effect on their blood sugar. So Ralph, what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's great because I didn't believe that I had any options. I thought that I had to be zero on carbohydrates. Now I see that there are some options for me, and I also like the variety. I think I'm going to be very happy with that.
That's excellent. I'm going to give you a little pop quiz. How many servings of carbohydrate do you think this is?